Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Extra Point episode 11. I am Hunter along with Nick. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing well, Hunter. And how are you?
I'm doing great. Fantastic.
Fantastic. That's what I would sort of like to hear. Fantastic just makes everything better.
It
Keep it
does.
at fantastic.
That's exactly right. This week, we do have a short episode just because of the 4th of July weekend, and it is coming out today, Monday, and we will also have a video out Friday, which will be a little longer. So, anyway, short episode this week. This week's topic, however, NFL award projections. We're going to go over MVP, Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year, and then Offensive Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep.
Who we think will win those awards this coming season. Should be a good topic.
I like
I
it.
think it
It's a
is.
good one.
Have some good answers and some good projections. Hopefully they come true or whatnot. Anyway, let's start it off, Nick. Who do you think will win MVP of this next NFL season?
You're going to appreciate this. I'm glad you're wearing his team and your team's, representing on your shirt there.
Who's?
He's already won an MVP. Took a team to the Super Bowl. I believe Cam Newton
Wow.
will be this year's NFL MVP. I don't know the exact numbers, okay? But in his MVP season, that was, to me, his best passing season that he had in his career.
Good one.
Coincidentally enough, you combine that with his phenomenal ability to move around. He was an easy MVP. He was the best player in the league. With he had the shoulder surgery. With his new style of throw, which we talked about last week, I believe. He has the new style of throw now. I think that's going to make a huge difference for him and for the offense. He's going to be more accurate. I don't know if he's going to throw it 1,000 miles an hour, but he can still get it point A to point B. And I think he'll be accurate. I don't think his running will ever be a problem. He's always going to be that big, dominant quarterback, a rare case in that aspect. Cam Newton will be my MVP this year. Like I said, that's because I'm very high on the Panthers this year. They're looking really good, and he's a big part of that. So Cam Newton for NFL MVP. How about yourself? Who you got at the MVP spot?
Man, I really liked your pick. That is a
I
great
figured you'd
pick.
like it. Yeah.
We've talked a lot about Cam Newton in the recent
Yeah.
episodes and the Panthers in general. But yes, I do like that pick.
Yeah.
I hope it comes true. Do I think it will? I mean, there's a possibility. I'm never going to say no to it. But I'm going to go with a guy who I don't think has ever won an MVP, and he deserves one big time. And
Russell
that
Wilson.
is Cam Newton's rival in the NFC South, and that is Drew Brees of the New Orleans Saints.
Drew Brees. Okay.
Drew
I like it.
Brees, phenomenal quarterback in every year he plays. He's had some bad defenses in the past. He's
Yeah.
won a Super Bowl, but for the most part, it's been a lackluster career for him win-wise, for the most part.
Yeah.
And with this offense, it's still a really good offense, high-powered, great receivers, pretty good offensive line, a great running back in Alvin Kamara, and Drew Brees has not missed a beat. I have heard and I have seen after the second half of the season, he usually hits that slump, and he doesn't do as well as he does in the first bit.
Right.
But it's Drew Brees. This is a record holder, a first ballot Hall of Famer, and with this offense, and it's Drew Brees. He will. I think he will win MVP this year, and it was a very close race last year.
He is in my top 5 all-time
Yes,
quarterbacks.
without
I
a
know he
doubt.
only has one ring, right? That's what everyone downs him for.
Right.
But when him and Tom are neck and neck as far as the record thing goes right now.
Right.
But he currently has the most yards all time. Okay. Still going strong after last year. He'll be 40 this year, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
He'll be 40 this year.
Sure.
Okay. He's up there, right?
Right.
There's no reason that he should be slowing down. I think he was he not? He was one of the final MVP votes for last year between him
Second.
and Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
So I agree. I don't see why he couldn't do it again. I was surprised you said that because of your your Saints comments and how you
I
think
mean,
they'll be, but
I love, man, I don't like the Saints, obviously. Panther fan, I don't like the
right,
Saints.
yeah,
But I love Drew Brees, and I hate that he is on that team because if he was on any other team, I'd cheer for him. I mean, I love Drew Brees to death. He makes receivers good, kind of like what
yep,
Brady and Belichick do,
yep,
and he leads that offense every year. The offense is always pretty good. It's the
yep.
defense that struggles. These past couple of years, they've had a really good team. And in my
And
opinion, he made Michael Thomas the way he is.
you know, some overlooked. You know, people talk about Brady. He has like the revolving door of receivers. So doesn't Drew Brees. I mean, sure, right now he's got to
Yeah.
consider, you know, Michael Thomas. You know, he had Ben Watson for a little while. You know, but he switched up. His running back core has been solid. He's had Ingram for a while. Now it's Kamara. But people forget there was a period of time where he just, you know, Willie Snead at one point was his
Yeah.
best receiver. You know what I mean? So he has a revolving door. He does whatever he can with whoever he can. He is one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
He still makes it happen.
Yep.
Yards, touchdowns. I mean, he's the man. A lot of respect for Breeze. I
Yep.
think he's going to win MVP. You think Cam Newton? I love that pick.
Staying in the
I
NFC
hope
South.
so.
I mean, that's how crazy that division is. I
It
mean,
is.
it's crazy.
Going to go ahead and move to Offensive Rookie of the Year. I know you're probably not going to like mine, but I want to hear your Offensive Rookie of the Year, and I kind of have a, well, never mind, never mind.
So I
That's deep.
already know who you're going to choose. I feel like, I
Okay.
think you know who I might choose. It's very biased. N'Keal Harry,
Yep.
wide receiver for the Patriots. There's a lot of really good rookies, a lot of really good players.
It's a good
But
draft
as
class.
far as rookie of the year, I think we look, or for all these awards, you look at impact. I
Hmm.
think he'll have the biggest impact. I think this is a guy that could be one of those rookie break, you know, anywhere from 12, 10, 12, even 15 touchdowns. And I don't see him getting 100 catches. That's not the type of player he is.
Okay.
But this guy is replacing Rob Gronkowski in the red zone. And he was a red zone threat. He was one of the best in college football. I don't
Hmm.
see why he can't be that way with his size and his catching ability in the red zone this year. We all know how Brady's, you know, anyone could throw it up over the back of the end zone. Brady loved doing that to Gronk.
All right.
He's still going to do it. I could see him having the most touchdowns of all receivers this year, receiving wise. I really could. He's a, you know, as a Pats fan, watching him at camp and everything, he has that ability to just go up. You know, those 50-50 balls with him, I mean, it's like a 70-30. It really is. He does it almost every time. I could see him getting in the end zone at least 10 times this year and a strong rookie of the year candidate for me. So I had to
I
go with
mean,
Harry.
not to
Yeah.
mention, you got Edelman. It's going to take a lot of the heat off of him on the outside, and if Edelman lines up in the slot too.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I do like that pick. It's not my pick, but I do like that one.
I
Uh,
want to guess your pick before you say it.
go
You
right
want to
ahead.
guess
You
your
can
pick?
guess it.
It's Kyler Murray,
It is Kyler Murray.
of course. You and
Reason
everybody
being,
else.
it's a quarterback. Quarterbacks in any award usually
Right.
have the lead on everything.
Yeah.
But another reason being, and I was talking to some guys at my work,
Yeah.
the Cardinals offense is overlooked. There's a lot of questions going into Kyler Murray's rookie season.
Yeah.
Does he fit that scheme? Is the coach ready to coach in the NFL? The offensive line and David Johnson. But if you look at this receiving core, oh my God. This receiving core is rebuilt, redefined, and fast. Granted, we said that Dwayne Haskins would be a better fit in the Cardinals offense rather than Kyler Murray being a vertical. But if
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, like we said, can play like Russell Wilson and literally fit any scheme he's thrown into,
Yeah. Yeah.
then I think it would work. And I do believe with this receiving core, he might not, go all out and they might not make it to the playoffs or whatnot. But
Right.
I think this has enough to get him to a rookie of the year. You got Chad Williams, Kevin White, who was a first round pick like
Yep.
4 or 5 years ago, and then he fell off the face of the planet. Trent Sherfield, AJ Richardson, who's a rookie, Christian Kirk, good rookie receiver. You have Larry Fitzgerald as well. I mean, they got 3 or 4 rookies coming out, and they're all vertical threats, fast
And
receivers. I think they have the fastest receiver coming out of college on their team as well. So I do believe this revamped offense and revamped receiving core, especially,
yeah.
will
You
get
know,
Kyler Murray the Offensive Rookie of the Year.
and also go with that, his mobile ability will show in the
Yes,
NFL for sure.
definitely.
He's very similar to, like you said, Russell Wilson. We talked about that before. When you're in that scheme, especially the way he can roll out of the pocket, he's so nifty. Seriously, he's like Russell. He's so
Yeah,
nifty. If you run, you can run a straight, you can run streaks, verticals. If it's not there, he's going to get you something if you have spread the field. He
right,
seriously is that. I, I, I bagged him earlier, right? And I
right.
still don't think he's going to be rookie of the year,
Okay.
but he can definitely be like a top 10 highlight playmaker on a weekend basis. So that's definitely a reasonable pick. I think most people are expecting him, maybe the first overall pick. You got something to prove. If he's rookie of the year this year, he would have proved me wrong about a lot of things. So let's see if he does it or not.
All right. So, yeah, Offensive Rookie of the Year taken out. Different opinions there. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I think I know who you might pick because you said it earlier, but I might be wrong.
I think you might be wrong. I thought hard about it, and I couldn't resist myself. Nick Bosa, I think,
Okay.
will end up getting rookie of the year. You thought I was going to go with your boy from Carolina,
Brian
did you
Burns,
not?
yeah. It's all
I
right.
had one Panther in my list. I said no, I'm done. I still love Brian Burns.
Wow.
He's going to be
Okay.
great. He's going to get a lot of sacks. But Nick Bosa to me was the best pick in the entire draft. Sorry, Murray, anyone else, he was the best player. Like, the guy could have suited up about a year and a half ago in college in the NFL and got 10 sacks. He could be better than his brother. He's faster
I think
than
he
his
will be.
brother, Joey Bosa. I think he's going to be better than his brother. You got the Watts, right? Very talented, both ends. Now you're going to have the Bosas, and I think they're going to take over the Watts in a few years. TJ Watt, we're going to forget about him because Nick Bosa is taking over the sack boards. I'm telling you, he is the guy. I didn't even
Wow.
think hard about it. I didn't even think hard about the pick. I said, defensive player of the year, defensive rookie of the year, excuse me, Nick Bosa. First thought, stuck with it. I just think he's the guy. I don't know who you got. I really
Okay.
don't. I know you liked him. I know in Madden he was something
Dude,
else, but in reality he is the guy.
I do like Nick Bosa, but funny you bring up Madden because my pick is once again going to be another NFC South player
Oh
on the
goodness.
bad NFC South team. It is going to be
Say his
the
name.
amazing Devin White, the man, the myth, the legend. The
I
Bobby
can't stand
Wagner
that
and Luke
guy.
Kuechly look-alike coming into college, and he has the potential to do exactly what they do at this level.
Yep.
Reason being, I'm not even going to say it's because of his team. It is solely because of him. Sideline to sideline, can blitz, can pass coverage,
Yeah.
fast, good tackler, everything. But I kind of bag on the Buccaneers as everybody does because of the
Well,
offense.
they're not good.
Did have take the time and look at this defense, and this is what's going to help Devin White become Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jason Pierre-Paul, he's been there.
Yep.
Dominican Sue, Shaquille Barrett, Devin White, and alongside Devin White is going to be Levante David. I had him in my rebuilding or the building of the NFL team.
Yep.
I think that him alone will win Defensive Rookie of the Year, no matter what team he's placed on. But I also think that the pieces around him in this Buccaneers defense will also lift him up and get him that Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Make him better because he has better
Right.
players around him. Yeah.
They have a great front seven, or a really, actually, yes, they do have a great front seven. Their defensive backs kind of lack a little bit, and that Levante David and Devin White duo, I mean, like we said before, that could be a Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis right there.
And I agree, and you can't go wrong. I mean, Bruce Arians is certainly an above average coach, to say the
Yes.
least. So, he's going to do well with any rookie he gets. So, that's a very good choice. I wouldn't argue that at all. I
Devin
wasn't
White,
thinking Madden
man,
in this one though. I just first thing I thought of was Nick Bosa, but Devin
it's a
White
good
will
pick.
be. He should be an immediate All Pro player.
Okay. Yes, Devin White and Nick Bosa. We're going to take a short break, hit you with an advertisement. But before we do, we're going to do a Canyon stat of the day. We do it every week, starting last week. Short one. What special thing happened sport-wise in the year 1963? 1963. Sport moment. We'll be back right after this. Just wanted to take a couple moments to tell y'all about the website Overtime Heroics. Overtime Heroics is a sports website that includes podcasts, live shows, sports news, and forums where you can talk to other people in the sports community. It's free and it's easy to make an account. Once you do, you can post your opinions and debate on other people's topics. We post on it regularly, so be sure you find us and give us your opinion on our topics. Remember, Overtime Heroics, and now back to the video. Welcome back to the Extra Point episode 11. We left y'all on a little question. What special moment or special thing happened in 1963? The answer is the lucky number 32. I'm going to have to read it. Dodgers pitcher Sandy Koufax and New York Yankees catcher Elston Howard each won their respective MVP award in MLB, and they both wore number 32. Ironically, the NFL MVP, Jim Brown, also wore number 32 that year. So 1963 was definitely a unique in terms of that
The number
year.
32.
Sport-wise, the number 32. Anyway, so that was Canyon's stat of the day. Hope y'all enjoyed that. We're going to jump right back into our topic with the Offensive Player of the Year. So we had MVP, Offensive Rookie, Defensive Rookie. Now we're going to go with Offensive Player of the Year. Who do you have?
Another easy one for me, Saquon Barkley. I said Saquon Barkley will lead the league in total yards this year. I think he's going to be the better version, if you believe there is one, I think he is the better version of Todd Gurley. I really do.
Okay,
The guy is phenomenal. He broke 100 catches last year too, as a running back.
And I didn't know that until I researched it.
Yeah, he already did everything for his team last year. Why not get better? I don't believe in sophomore slumps. Never have, never will. I believe you have good seasons and bad seasons. I believe he will have a phenomenal season this year. He'll probably be an MVP candidate. As you mentioned, quarterbacks tend to take the take the ring or take the crown on those. But Saquon Barkley, Offensive Player of the Year for me all day, and I do believe it will be in the end statistically wise because he will lead the league in total yards gained.
Okay, I like that pick. I do like it. So I have never, and you know this, rookies or first-year players, I never bite on them, even though they do phenomenal.
Right.
They could break every record in the book. Cam Newton, for example, great rookie year. I still didn't bite on him and being a great quarterback.
Right.
The only player I've done that with is Saquon Barkley, and
I'm
I'm
glad
going to
you
go
went
with
that
him
direct.
as my Offensive Player of the Year. This running back is a Walter Payton and Barry Sanders
Combined,
mesh.
the
He
speed and
moves like water,
shiftiness.
and he's tough, so tough. Trucking, he's the man. And his first year, I mean, his first run was like what, 70 yards?
His
Something like that.
first run was like it was like a 70-yard carry.
I mean, this guy,
Crazy.
he breaks over 1,000 yards rushing with a horrible offensive line and a horrible offense, and gets a bunch of catches as well, and gets over 500 yards receiving. He is already, in my eyes, going to be a Hall of Famer if he stays healthy. He's a phenomenal running back, and you can't touch him. You can't beat him. There's
You
no
really
way.
can't. If you
And the
do
Giants
touch him, his
offense,
thunder thighs will just throw off of it. He'll bounce off
right?
of like a trampoline.
And the
If you can
Giants,
catch him, that is.
he's fast. The Giants offense got worse, in my opinion, and they lost their best receiver. So
Right.
literally, they're not going to have anybody to throw to besides Golden Tate, which he probably won't be able to get open very much, and he's old. So you're going to have to hand the ball off. Saquon Barkley could possibly break 1,500 rushing yards. And yes, over 2,000 total yards.
Yep. I 100% agree all the way.
I'm thinking over 15 touchdowns as well.
I agree. That reminded me of another candidate I thought of when I was thinking of Barkley. I can't help but to think of McCaffrey. He was on my list. after what he did last year. I think he's going to keep getting better. He was very close on my list. He's very similar to that. But even then, his strength, I would say, is a receiving back, right? That's what you call a Christian
Yeah,
McCaffrey.
yeah, basically.
Marshawn Lynch, you call, or a Garrett Blunt, someone like that, you call them a power back.
Correct.
Okay. This dude he's an
Everything.
all in one kind. He just does he can do any
Receiving.
he could pass. Did he not throw a
He
pass
did.
to like
He
Odell
threw
or
an
something like
Odell
that?
against the Panthers for a
I
touchdown.
mean, it's ridiculous. The guy can do it all. Put him at tight end. Let him be the fullback one time. He probably played left tackle or something too. I don't know. He does it all. He's the most athletic guy that's on the football field right now. It's
I agree.
really awesome. So
Saquon, I have nothing bad to say about him. I mean, he's like Jimmy Garoppolo, Cam Newton. I mean, even Patrick Mahomes. I never bid on them, and I'm not biting on Patrick Mahomes the first year
right,
because it's his first year. But
right.
Saquon, the first play, his
When
first
you drop
run,
70
right
yards,
there.
yeah,
I knew right there because it wasn't just oh, he's to the outside, he's free, he's gone. No, he broke a good bit of tackles and had to
yeah.
work his way
He
through the
jumped
line.
up. Yeah, he shifted up on down the field, went east to west, and yeah, I mean, he used his legs, his speed. Like the guy can do it all. He is phenomenal. Injuries come into play, like you said. Hopefully, he
Oh,
stays
hopefully he stays
injured.
healthy.
If I can somehow, for once in fantasy, get one of the top three picks, he will be my first round
Oh,
pick in
whoever
fantasy.
gets
I
the
would
first
trade
pick,
4 players for that guy.
if you do not take Saquon Barkley, your first pick of the draft,
You will
you
lose.
lost.
You cannot, or you will lose to whoever has Saquon Barkley. That is
Yes.
for sure.
You need first pick. I'm not even a big fantasy guru. I play it every year, but if you do
Right.
not take Saquon Barkley with that first pick or somebody doesn't,
Then you messed up.
you really messed up big time.
You did.
Because that is going to be the first pick off the board
Yep.
in 98% of the leagues.
Yep.
Anyway, same offensive player of the year. That's surprising. I didn't think we would both choose Saquon Barkley, but I'm
No,
glad we
me
did because
neither.
that was a smart pick.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go with defensive player of the year. Who do you have?
All right. I know most people are thinking, oh, Aaron Donald's going to go for the three-peat, and very possible. People
Probably.
must have forgot that J.J. Watt is no longer injured. He was
Correct.
injured 2 seasons ago, came back, still kind of recovering this year. Dude, J.J. Watt is going to be the guy. He could
Well,
23 sacks, over or under. He could break the record. I'm expecting him to explode and get on the scene again this year.
really?
I really am. The only reason think about it, he gets hurt. Aaron Donald wins while he's hurt. A season, 2 seasons ago. This past season, he wins it again with J.J. Watt. Kind of on that recover, climbing back up the hill, get to where he was.
Yes.
Another full off season going into this season. If he stays healthy, I don't see why he can't break the Michael Strahan's record in sacks. I don't see why he can't be that dominant again, and I think he will be. I think he's going to take back the ring as the best defensive player in football.
I mean,
Sorry, Aaron Donald.
he is, when you look at defensive ends in the past 10 years, he is number one on that list
He is. It
in
took Aaron Donald didn't
dominance.
come right into the league. I mean, it took him a couple years to get going. Right
Yes.
now, he's a dominant player, but I just think J.J. Watt has been forgotten in the league for some reason probably because of Donald.
Just because of that
I
injury.
just think Watt's going to explode back onto the scene this year.
Right.
You know, I got to go with him. It's
I mean, I
biased because
agree
I
with
love the
that.
guy to death, but I couldn't help myself. J.J.
The
Watt,
Texans do have a
defensive
good
player of the
defense
year.
as well. He has a lot of
Yeah,
surrounding parts
I
to
mean,
help
yeah,
him.
when you got Jadavian Clowney on the other end, I mean, he's
Yes.
a solid pass rusher too. He's a great player.
Hmm.
So
I do like that pick. I mean, and you brought up Aaron Donald. It's he could probably get that as well. I mean, you can never count him out. And J.J. Watt's a good one.
oh,
I'm not going to go with neither of them.
really,
I'm
okay,
going to rep my shirt as in you did, and I'm going to go with
Mr. Luke.
Luke Kuechly, the most dominant linebacker in the NFL the best linebacker in the NFL at the moment. This is a revamped defense, as we've said before.
Yep.
They are going
Oh,
to.
yeah.
I wasn't sure a couple weeks ago or about a month ago if we were going to run a solid 3-4 or a 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out, got a little more information on it. We're going to be running both,
Yep.
and that's scary for every offense we're going to play against because you don't know how we're going to line up, or you're not going to be very prepared for it.
Right.
And Kuechly working a lot on the 3-4. It's a big shift from him. He's never worked on it before. And he's going to be starting right beside Shaq Thompson in a 3-4. But I really like it, and I think he will obviously be good at any position or any place on the field
Right.
he plays. So I'm going to go with Luke Kuechly. He's had some injury problems in the past, or 2 years ago, and then I think so,
See,
with concussions.
here's the thing: when you say the injury problem, it still doesn't slow him down.
No,
He
not
could
at
be
all.
hurt for like 8 games and still be one of the top guys and tackles in the league. It's
Yes.
phenomenal.
In 2016, he got hurt with that concussion, out like 4 or 5 games,
Yep.
or six. I think it was six. Still broke 100 tackles.
Yep. And that's when
Last year,
he started rocking the neck thing, to help on the blows. Didn't affect him at all. He's fine.
he had 130 plus tackles, and with this new, and I mean, to be honest with you, and we didn't even have a pass rush. Panthers didn't have a good pass rush at all. One of the worst in
Right.
the league. This revamped defense, like I said with the Buccaneers and Devin White, you need parts around you to make you look even better. Kuechly could do it by himself, but this is going to help him a lot
Yep.
down the stretch and help the Panthers in general. And that's why I think he will take Defensive Player of the Year again and be crowned. I cannot wait. He's
It's
going
a
to have a good year.
very
Knock on wood. Hopefully,
reasonable
he
pick,
doesn't
and
hurt.
I can't even argue it. I can't even argue it. It's a very reasonable pick. One thing it's not just the tackles though. The guy is a genius.
He is a
He's a
genius.
genius. When him and Tom Brady go against each other, it's so awesome because they're
It
both
is.
geniuses on their respective sides of the field. It's a chess match. When other people say so and so is playing chess, while this guy's playing checkers.
Right.
That's what Kuechly does to offenses. That's not how it's supposed to go.
No.
The quarterback is supposed to read the defense. He reads the offense. It's
Yes.
crazy, and he's athletic, right? I mean, the guy can get picks. You throw it
Right.
across the middle, you bet he's looking. He's going to play you like a record. He's going to go this way, keep his eyes on the quarterback, cut back, and snag the ball, get a pass deflection.
Yeah.
Third, hey, 4th and 1. What? Just 4th and 1. Ron Rivera just said, guys, look, okay, get out of his way, and we'll just get off the field real quick, okay?
Yeah.
He stops everything up the middle. And now, like you said, he got probably the best defensive line right now in football.
Yes.
It's
And I would
really
I would
almost not
best
fair.
linebacker core in
This could
too.
be his best year. Now that I'm thinking about it, why didn't I choose Luke Kuechly? This could be his best year.
Yeah.
You brought the point up to
He
me.
doesn't have to blitz every play now that he did, because he blitzed a lot last year, and he's still. I mean, he doesn't get a lot of sacks. He only got 2 sacks last year. Blitzing a lot, he's not going to have to do that. He can just sit back, read the
Yep.
defense, cover his guy, and when a running back attempts to get the ball, I mean, he'll. It's not going to be pretty when they run it.
God bless
Like,
that running back's soul. I hope he survives.
he's going to have 3 defensive linemen already in the backfield, and you're going to have Luke Kuechly throwing you to the other end zone. So,
Yep.
yes, I can't wait for Luke Kuechly to show up. He's
And I, I
uh,
hope I hope people that think my whole Panthers thing is not crazy at this point, because I said Cam Newton for MVP. I was close to
you don't
saying
like Cam
Brian
Newton.
Burns for Defensive Rookie of the Year. And then Hunter's sitting here convincing me that Luke Kuechly is going to be the Defensive Player of the Year. So tell me how they're not an MVP team. And I brought up Christian McCaffrey. He was my second for Offensive Player of the Year. I mean, they have so
I
many
just
good
now
players.
realized that.
I
That's
mean, it's
and
crazy.
I
When the
don't like being
Panthers win the
biased.
Super Bowl, I called it.
I don't like being biased, and I don't want to choose the Panthers to go to the Super Bowl because I don't want to jinx it. But we do have a good team, or it's better than last year. Hopefully, it
Oh
works
yeah,
out. I don't want to sit here and say we're gonna have a great year because anything can happen.
right.
But Yes, I'm getting so excited, and it's already July, late August.
I
That's football.
cannot wait for football to start up because I
Oh,
feel like I'm
oh,
going to be right about a lot of things. I
oh
really
yes.
So are you. You have some really we have some really good pick. I hope people are taking notes and remembering this moment because I think it's all going to come true. I really do. I've thought hard and strong about it.
Yes.
If injuries take over, well, that's unfortunate.
Right.
Barring
Can't control it.
injuries, I mean, the Panthers are looking good, and I'll just leave it at that. I won't say any more. Panthers are looking really nice, is all I'm going to say.
Oh, I hope so. I hope you're right. Anyway, that was our episode. We hit about 30 plus minutes. We'll come out with a new episode Friday, so this week will be a doubleheader. Next week we should come out with another episode if everything goes to plan. I am traveling, so we should be still be good. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Tune in next week or Friday for episode 12. Like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and we'll catch you later.